purpose is how I can raise up ordinary men, turning them to become supernatural beings, financial apostles, making life better, bringing people from the dungeon of sin, bringing them into the faith, planting their feet, and rising them.
Holy Ghost! Holy Ghost!
Somebody shout fire!
Genesis chapter 2 verse 24. And we read together. Want to go? Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. Let's read it together. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. Hallelujah. Ephesians chapter 5 verse 25. Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it. Let's read it together. Husband, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it. Let's go to verse 26. That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of the water by the word. Sit down on your enemy's head. Make sure they are screaming. And somebody shout a bigger amen. My topic and the word that God has for us today might not look as if it is related and connected to you, but please, by the end of this sermon, you will discover that you need it. Hallelujah. I had something in mind, and the Lord said, no, this is what I want you to speak to my children. I want to share with us on what I titled, Oh Lord, help my marriage. Tell your neighbor, oh Lord, help my marriage. I didn't hear you well. Man of God, but I'm not married. Your own should be, oh Lord, help my relationship. I'm not engaged. You are going to still marry. So you need this one. The family is the foundation to any great nation. The family is the foundation to any great nation. For example, God wanted to build the nation of Israel. And what God did was to get a man called Abraham. And through Abraham, we had Sarah. From Sarah, we have Agai. From Agai, we had Isaac. From Isaac, we had Ishmael. And so, from that family, God drew out a whole nation out of it. Any attempt to look down to this great nucleus that formed a nation, which is the family, it will lead to so much destruction to any nation, to any people. And that's why you can't talk about family without talking about marriage. Marriage is the oldest institution. And it's quite pathetic that sometimes we only talk about marriage when we are doing wedding in the church. And we don't understand that it plays about 80% role in our day-to-day activities in life. Even in the secular world or in the church or any part, whether you are a pagan, whether you are a Muslim, whether you are a Christian, whether you are an unbeliever or an atheist, there is no way you can stay without having what I call a mutual connectivity that has to do with relationship. And when we talk about relationship, then we talk about marriage. A nation that does not pay attention to the family and does not pay attention to the home front, I can tell you that nation is going nowhere. I can tell you that those who are into terrorism, rascality, hooliganism, and vandalization of properties, belong to one family or the other. Let's just say this: if there is a proper family tie that can cope up children, they will not end up becoming ritualists, end up becoming terrorists, end up becoming whatsoever. And I can say to us that the older generation, with due respect, have failed this generation. And the result of what we are seeing all over the world is because the older generation that produced this generation had failed. And that's why you and us, you and me, that are here, that are still on the stage of life, acting our full script, must not fail our next generation that is coming. That's why we must learn from the errors that our fathers or our forefathers have done. We are direct product and result of what they have done, either by what they have done by failing the family institution. Am I communicating? Life itself is full of relationship. And we are all product of relationship, either broken or still visible. We are all product of relationship. And I can tell you that if you don't value relationship, you don't value greatness. You don't even talk about fruitfulness, either in childbearing, either financially or in your place of work, if your own front has failed you. The church is a family. I can tell you, if this church is made of 10 families, and out of the 10 families, 6 of the family are broken and scattered, the pastor can pastor well. There is no amount of message of righteousness that can keep them. They can be righteous in the church. When they get back home, they will face reality. Our true product of who we are is what we are when we are at home. You can dance praises and rejoice, but what gives you joy is what happens when you get back home with the joy. There are so many joy that have been truncated because the home is not a home, it's just a house. Can have a house but not home. Can have a bed but not good sleep. There are husbands that are official husbands by paper, not by heart. The man, the woman just call the man, this is my husband. It is just by paper. There is no symbiotic relationship between the husband and the wife. No mutual benefit. The dividends of marriage that God has created, none of them can enjoy it. Today, whether you are single, or you are about to marry, or you are in it, or it has been broken, I can tell you, there is about to be a restoration. The amen is looking for trouble. Marriage is ordained by God. Genesis chapter 2 verse 18. And the Lord said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an help meet for him. God said it. When God says something is not good, it's not good. I say, when God says something is not good, it's not good. When a man is alone, he will die very quickly. When a man is alone, he can run mental overnight. Even though it is not, even though it's not direct, he can have alternative to madness. God said it is not good for a man to stay alone. If you are 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, either you are a man-child, a brother-in-law, a father-in-law, a grandfather-in-law, or a great-grandfather or great-great-great-grandfather-in-law. The Bible says it is not good. You are destroying your destiny. destiny is not good. Man was not created to stay alone. When you begin to stay alone, you are worse than the animal in the forest. I repeat it. When you are due to stay with a woman and you cannot stay with a woman, you are worse than an animal in the forest. Even animals in the forest have their peers. Even birds on the air, they have their peers. I pray for you. If you are still a spinster, or you are still a bachelor, a brother-in-law, a man-in-law, a father-in-law, a grandfather-in-law, and great-grandfather-in-law, today I terminate that certificate of man-in-law. I tear it with fire. Even though you don't say amen, it enter your bone. Now look at this. You can't talk about productivity or fruitfulness in carrying your baby or financial fruitfulness if the marriage have not started working. Today, every marriage that is sour, bitter, I put divine honey. Please say the amen well. There are 5 things that kills marriage. Number 1, lack of communication. Either in relationship or in marriage. You are in courtship, and you must understand this before I move forward. You must understand dating, courtship, and marriage. When you are in date, you are getting to know a man you want to marry. You meet in the Mr. Big's Tantalizer. You try to acquaint yourself with one another. You ask, what is he doing? What is she doing for living? You are dating. In courtship, you have made commitment to each other to get married. Don't mistake dating for courtship. But there are ladies who are carried away when the man has not proposed them. They have assumed that the man is already in love with them. So don't mistake dating for courtship. And after courtship, you move into marriage. Now, the first killer of marriage is lack of communication. If husband and wife stay together and they don't talk with each other, that marriage is completely dead. Communication is the life wire of any marriage. Communication is the life wire of any marriage. Now, let me say this to you. You can live in the same house, stay in the same house, lie on the same bed. That does not make it communication. Communication is talking, pouring out, not shying away from issues of marriage. Somebody can be in US, another person is in London, and yet they have communication and they still enjoy their marriage more than you that lie down on the same bed. So you must understand that communication is not togetherness or lying down on the same bed. It's the ability to rub and pour out your heart to one another. Marriage start dying when husbands and wife or spouse or your relationship start dying when you cannot communicate with each other. When the husband faces the wall, the wife faces the wall, you wake up in the morning and say, what is say, that is, you are greeting each other with one part of the nose. I can tell you, if you're a woman, you are in malice with your husband, or your husband is in malice with you for 10 days, 1 month, that marriage is about to die. Rescue it by breaking the lack of communication. Number 2 killer of marriage is the spirit of unforgiveness. There is no perfect man anywhere. There is no perfect woman anywhere. In our Lord's Prayer, the scripture adjourns us by saying, Father, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. So you must learn to forgive. Learn to forgive. When you forgive, you try to bury the matter. Forgiveness should be the watchword. I have heard some sisters say that I want a perfect man. You cannot get a perfect man. You cannot get a perfect wife. My definition of marriage is the coming together of 2 imperfect people to become perfect. So you must understand that you cannot talk about perfection when you are half and he is half. It is when you come together that you become perfect. So that you will never hurt one another is a lie. I have heard some preachers even say, I have never quarreled with my life. I stand to argue with them is a lie. It's a lie. There is no way you can stay with your wife and not have a misunderstanding. There is no way. Even your tongue and your teeth, they fight. Even when they need each other to perform a mutual function of eating, they still fight. How much more a brother and a sister from different background? When you have misunderstanding, it does not mean that the marriage is not ordained to be. It is just a process of compatibility. Am I communicating? It's a process of compatibility. You don't know a man better until there is a misunderstanding. A misunderstanding is a point that brings us to understanding. And when we have understanding, we become outstanding in marriage. So I must tell you, when I hear people say, I have never quarreled, I say that is a fake talk and a cover-up statement. There is no way, no matter how powerful, spiritual, anointed you are, that there will be no time that you will have disagreement on issues, principles, or any other. The only truth is that God is only giving the marriage an opportunity to be better. Am I talking to somebody here? The third killer of marriage is the unhealthy interference of in-law or family. The unhealthy interference. Not the interference, the unhealthy interference. There are ways that your in-laws can interfere in your marriage in an unhealthy manner that it can kill the marriage. There are ways that your in-laws can interfere in your marriage, either from the wife's side or from the mother's side. Open bracket, third party, close it. I call them third party, intruders. Crisis in marriage can never be resolved by third party until the both parties maturely agree to forgive one another. Third parties are just contributing factors, but they can never resolve the marriage crisis until your hearts are made up to forgive one another. Do not seek to bring in-laws in or mother-in-law in. Let me tell you this. When you report your husband to your family, you are only giving your family the reason to hate your husband. When you report your wife to your family, you are only giving your family the reason why they should hate your wife. So you must be very careful. Do not report your wife, your husband, your spouse to your family. They will not understand why you are still with him after the quarrel, because they will still be looking at him with that same eye. And you have forgotten the pain, but they will not forget the pain. They are not the one that will stay with him. You are the one that will stay with him. And whenever you are reporting your spouse, your husband, or your wife to your family, you paint it in a way that it will suit you, that they will support you. You will not tell them the true story. And as a result of that, it can kill your marriage. Hear this. Marriage is not made for boys. Marriage is not made for boys. It's not made for Boy Scout. It's made for men. If you are not ready to carry the load, don't enter marriage. If your trouser is using rope and not belt, don't enter marriage. Hello? Look, when you are 18 years and you get married and you are able to stay with a woman, you are a man. If you are 54, you are not married, you are still a boy. You are still what? A boy. Am I helping somebody here? Number what? Another thing that kills marriage is selfishness. Selfishness is when you think about yourself and you don't think about the other person. You don't feel what the other person feels. All you think about yourself. How can a man go? You go to buy suit, you buy only for yourself, and you don't think about your wife. You go to buy clothes, you buy shoe, you buy for yourself. You don't think about your wife. You don't even think about your children. And your wife asks you, say, am I not the only one working here? Is it every time that I must buy something for you? Hey, you woman, keep quiet. You are selfish. Selfishness is when your wife cooks soup and she uses all the chicken in the soup to cook the soup, and you come and say, pack all the chicken and drop down here. Drop it down. Why are you putting two chicken lap? Gather the waist, gather the back, gather the front, gather the head, drop it here. And you are eating it alone, not thinking that your wife and your children will eat. You are a self-centered man. Why is everywhere quiet? Those of you in the overflow, can I hear you shout a bigger amen? Another killer of marriage is sexual frustration. When a woman frustrates her husband or the husband frustrates his wife, there is no way that marriage can stand. And you cannot have children. After this fruit of the womb service, you don't frustrate one another. You are not married the mother of Jesus Christ. After I touch you with the mantle, I pray for you. Don't think that the Holy Ghost will conceive you. You will not. You don't frustrate one another. That's another killer. Why is everybody quiet? There are pastors that pray all through their life and their wives suffer. Say, don't worry, I'm with the Lord, I'm with the Lord. And the wife said, now me God call, maybe you God call. You are using 7 days to pray, 21 days. After 21 days fasting, your husband, your wife has not slept with you. Then after that, you say, I'm going on 51 days. Very soon, you will marry Holy Ghost and your wife will go away. I have seen 90% why pastors' marriage don't work. They are too over spiritual that they forget that the wife they marry. Look at the scripture I read there. He said, therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall become one flesh. Open bracket, close bracket, flesh. Not one spirit. Marriage is all about the thing of what? The flesh. When you bring too much spirituality, when you are supposed to be with your wife, you kill the excess of marriage. They shall become one flesh, not one spirit. One flesh, one flesh. Pastors that are hearing me, either via the airway or inside the house, you shall cleave to your wife and become one flesh, not one spirit. Not one spirit. The woman shake body, say, hey, a demon is in your body. Neither here, makwata, fire, I cast the demon out. You are casting your marriage out. Everywhere is quiet. Another killer of marriage is unfruitfulness. And unfruitfulness is barrenness. Look, during fruit of the womb service, some men pretend. Their wife will always come out, man of God, pray for me. And the problem might not be the wife, it might be the man. If you have low sperm count and your wife's womb is productive, for God's sake, your wife don't need prayer. You are the one that need prayer. Don't send your wife to represent you. Represent yourself. Represent yourself. Unfruitfulness is one of the killer of marriage. When husband and wife stay for 10 years, no children, they begin to have
unnecessary misunderstanding. Listen to me. One of the things that can cement marriage is children. Children are the concrete, the cement, and the water and the gravel that cement and moldify and solidify husband and wife. Any marriage that lacks children cannot stand the test of time.
There are three causes of unfruitfulness. Generational curse. Number two, foundation. Then number three, it can be biological. When there are infections in the man's body or whatever, these are the things which is physical. These are the things that can cause unfruitfulness in marriage. Another cause of unfruitfulness which does not have relationship with children or bringing children to the world, which has to do with finances and the rest, is laziness. When a man is lazy, he cannot be fruitful. Another cause, when there's financial unfruitfulness, sometimes it is a curse that has been placed over your life. And it is following you, that you will never have money, that you will never have breakthrough. But today marks the end. I did not hear the amen well. Okay, let me say this quickly. Having known that they will cleave together and become one flesh, there are certain studies and analyses I have watched and observed. And I want to say to every man here that wants his marriage to work. And I wrote here, what every woman wants in a man, or what 90% of the things I have seen that most women want in a man. Number one, affection from the man. Ephesians chapter 5, is it verse 33? He said, nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife, even as himself, and the wife see that she reference her husband. So let everyone so love. I'm talking about affection. Women love. Every woman can die for a man that loves her. Love is not sending texts. Love is being very affectionate, that you show it and the care can affect your spouse. She feels it. Not saying it with your mouth. Number two, every woman loves a husband, a man that can give to them. Women are naturally connected and created to be receivers. Their nature is to receive. No matter how they pretend, they are receivers. For example, they collect your seed and give you a son. They collect your seed and give you a girl. They are receiver. The only way you can get the best of a woman, give her something. Whatever you plant, she will multiply it. Good measure. Press down. Shake it together. Running over. She will give back to you. That's it. The little thing you give her, on the day of delivery, she can use it to give you twins. That is it. Women are naturally receiver. And any woman can die for a man that is a giver. When you give money to them, you give them, you sow to them. Know your wife's skirt size, her suit size, know her shoe size, know her shoe size. You don't know her shoe size. Olodo Rabata. Know her shoe size. Why is it's like the whole house is catching fire today? Somebody shout fire. Oh my God. Let me tell you, if you want a woman to tell you honey pie,
Just sow a seed to her. When you sow a seed to her, hear the word that will come out of her mouth. She'll say, honey, darling, sweetheart, my honey, my heart, my life. You will be hearing it because she has received something. The only way to make a woman fall over in love again is to give to her. Look at your life. She came with 2 skirt and blouse and 1 wrapper to your house. Up till today, she's managing the skirt and blouse, using needle to sew the skirt and blouse. There is a problem with your life. Holy Ghost, fire. Take her to boutique. Tell her, shop for my body. You are my queen. Take her to boutique. Let her shop. Take her out. On her birthday, don't only send her greeting card. She doesn't only need greeting card. Give her money. Give her money. Hey, why is the church boiling like this? Somebody shout fire.
Shabalakata barata.
What do women love? Women love men that look good. Women love men that look good. When you are about to marry her, you were dressing well, putting good perfume. Now that you have married her, you are dressing like Karakuzo. Women want to boast that that's my husband. That's my husband. In fact, they want to hold your hand and walk around that that's my husband. Women love good things, sweet things. They want you to look good. Don't leave your hair all over like bush fowl. Shape your hair. Go to salon. Look where women boast with their husband. I have seen that most church only preach about marriage on wedding day, and we don't have time. We don't understand that marriage is so important that in Genesis chapter 1, the first book of the Bible, that was what God used to start. God used that to start. The first ministry that God gave to man was the ministry of the family. Before God said, dress and keep the garden, he gave him the ministry of the family.
Shabakata. Somebody shout fire. What every woman wants in a man? They want security. When I mean security, financial security, future security. A man that can protect them. A man that can stand by them in storm. Women are always conscious of tomorrow, and sometimes there is fear in them when they are with a man. When there is uncertainty about the tomorrow, fear grips them, and as a result of that, they cannot commit the whole of their love in that. Every woman wants a man that can secure their future. Don't ever threaten a woman. When you threaten a woman about the tomorrow, she loses her self-esteem and prestige. And as a result of that, she cannot stand to face the future of the marriage. Every woman wants financial security. And that's why as a man, you must not be lazy. You must work hard. Work hard. Work hard. Don't leave everything to hope. Don't leave everything to what? Hope. Number what? Okay, number 5. Every woman wants to be appreciated. Women love appreciation. Open bracket, sweet words. Close the bracket. Women are moved by what they hear. The only way to turn the medulla cerebrum and oblongata of a woman, say good word to her. You will take her from the ground and turn her upside down. They want you to keep talking. Even though they know they are beautiful, tell them over again, you are beautiful. Tell them over again, you are beautiful. If you don't have vocabulary, go and look for one. You are my spinal cord. Tell them, tell them. Without you, my star is not complete. Tell them, tell them. Let them know they want to be appreciated. After you cook food finish, after they cook food finish, they serve you and you eat. After you say, thank you, Jesus, say, thank you, my wife. Thank God, Jesus was the one that provided the money through you. But Jesus was not the one that cooked the food. It is a woman that cooked the food. Tell her thank you. And she wants to know your comment after the soup. After you ate the food, say, honey, this soup is sweet. You are the best cook in this world. There is nobody, even Sheraton cannot compare you. She wants to hear that word. Am I talking to somebody? If you don't say that, there are sharp brothers around the corner. If they start talking to her, that is the end of that marriage. You don't know? That was the problem of Adam. Adam was not around when brother Snake was gisting with Eve. And brother Snake was dignifying Eve, telling Eve sweet words. Eve have never heard that word because Adam was a man of few words. Because how can you meet with a stranger overnight? That stranger can convince an animal, convinced a woman. Let me tell you, anything that communicates with your wife in your absence, that the vocabulary is higher than you, even though it's it or a non-living thing, can take the place of your wife. Can take your place in the heart of your wife. Everywhere is quiet. Everything is not demon. Father, no, don't bind the demon. You are binding yourself. You are binding yourself. Everything is not demon. I see the way brothers are looking at me. It's like this thing is getting serious. Every woman, what a woman wants, every woman wants you to involve them in your life. Your life plan. Involve them. You are hiding your passbook. You are hiding your bank account. You are going out. She does not know where you are going to. You carry your car. You enter. Where you say, why are you challenging me? Are you a monitoring spirit? Why are you monitoring me? Don't monitor my life. This is a free war. We are in democracy. Women want you to involve them in your life. Everything is not sex and romance. These are part of the things that make love better. Involve them. How can you be building a house and your wife don't know? How can you be building a house your wife don't know? Involve her in your activity. Involve her. She is not an house help. She is your wife. She is not an house help. She is your wife. No prayer and fasting can replace these principles. You will pray and fast, fine. But these are real truths, not facts, that makes marriage work. Now, let me put this one point more. Women love supportive men. What do I mean? Support her to achieve a dream. You married her, she was an undergraduate, And now she wants to become a graduate. You have killed her and returned her to a secondarian. Women want to say, whenever a woman comes into your life and says, this is my dream, and you know this dream befits her, support her to fulfill the dream. Don't kill the dream. Don't kill her dream. She is a good musician, a psalmist. She had the potential to sing. But after you married her, you have turned her to a cook and killed the potential. This is not fair. Support her to fulfill her dream. Just as you are a woman being, she is a woman being. Oh. Okay, what every man wants in a woman. Why? What is going on? Number one, a man will die for a submissive woman. A man will die for a submissive woman. The Bible said, husband, love your wife. Women, submit to your husband. What is submission? Power under control. After you shout, the Bible says, submit. Pastor, you don't know Jumbo. If I submit, he will turn me to sleepers. The Bible says, submit. If you don't submit, you cannot stay with a man. Men are egocentric. They are created to conquer. If you try to conquer a man, he will conquer you down because he's created to be in charge. There is an instinct that makes him to be in charge. Submit to your husband. There are women that are parrot. They are parrot. They can abuse a man and the man will begin to cry. Their mouth is like razor blade. They are no longer a wife, they are now a knife. They can tear and dissect the man like an operation knife. Women are not talking again. You cannot compete a man in the empire God has given to him as a kingdom. When you are supposed to be an helpmeet, you are not taking the steering to run the family. That is what any man will ever fight and resist. When a woman is ruling over the house, she is nothing less than a military man who takes gun to overthrow another president. You are a coup plotter. When you take and rule the house, you are a coup plotter. Olodo rabata, ojueja lo manje. When you are submissive, it is like a love charm. It controls any man. Because how will the man not listen to you? Submissiveness is like a love charm. Here what I define submissiveness. It is power under control. It's not that you don't have power, but you submit your power to be controlled by another power. There are clothes you used to wear before you marry your husband. If your husband says, I don't want this cloth again, if you are submissive, you let go of that cloth. There are little things that makes a man feel that he cannot control the woman. He comes back from work. You are shabalabada. You are to welcome him with love. You bluff him up and snuff him. The man can never love you. Number two, every man will love a woman that have respect for stomach infrastructure program. infrastructure. What do I mean? The way to a man's heart is his belly. Don't play with a man when he's hungry. You don't cook for him and you are telling him honey, there's no honey in the honey. He will look at you with a prophetic eye and say, hey, and what? Not only making the food available, but good food. You are a sweet cook. You don't cook food and your husband look at your face and wish to place curse on your head. You cook the soup and the soup look like map of Africa. Salt is in this place. Then tomatoes is saying, how shall we go? Then onions are saying, we are separated from this unity. Then the Maggi is saying, look at us here, look at us here, look at us here. Then all the spies are saying, there is a riot in this soup. Then when the man look at the soup, he said, what would do this to you? Where do you start? If you don't know how to cook, go to catering school. If not, they will collect your husband. Even though you use anointing oil, they will still collect your husband.